my donation. So I want to milk that for every penny I'm able to. Also, save the animals. Also, Hitoshira0. If you donate to kill the animals, you are sleeping on the couch tonight.
You were to my bros. Yo, Shasta, how was the assault practice? I heard you were practicing to practice. I wasn't around, but yeah. So I was watching too many runs today. The only one I missed was Demon Souls, but I was like, I had to miss something to grab it.
Yeah, seriously. You have to miss something at some point.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure something that's
like, I'm still conflicted about whether I should like go get food or something after this run, or if I should wait until Overworld 2, wait until Double Dash, and I'm like, I really want to see Double Dash.
I want to see my boy Rookie as well there for your car too, and then like afterwards.
I don't know him, but I still want to watch him run. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone run Mario Bros. 2 besides Speedrun.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be cool to watch someone else run it.
Hopefully it goes well. I haven't seen it actually. Oh yeah. I've never seen it.
Our thanks for all the donations you're sending in still. Gallon Firestone gave $50 to Doctors Without Borders and said, I have to admit, I'm mostly going for the Persona 5 poster, but I'm very hyped for Catherine. I've wanted to see this game done forever now. Money goes to Zem singing the Star Spangled Banner because GDQs are always made better with singing. I have to agree with that. We've had some donations coming in with no comment, so I'd just like to mention to VegG, thank you for your $40 donation. We appreciate it. Phylexia25 sent $25, and we are very grateful for that. And Heavy Metal Mage with a $50 donation. Thank you all. Some more love for that Catherine run. We've got a $50 donation from the Blue Magician, who says that they're looking forward to an awesome week of speedrunning. Had to make my first donation during Catherine for a shot at that P5 art print. This donation goes to saving the animals. Thank you to all the runners and staff.
That's the thing that's gonna be hardest for me for that run, honestly. It's commentary. Yeah. There's a lot of parts of the run where there's not much to say and you're struggling to find stuff to say. Yeah. There's also like missions where you have a lot to say and you don't have time to do so. Yeah. So it's gonna be difficult to say at least.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, let me know when you want.
Your generosity is truly overwhelming as we close in on $75,000 raised for charity here on the first day. I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. We try to entertain with these runs, and we really appreciate what you're doing for charity. Robert Homan sent in a $50 donation and said, "This is a shout out to my buddy Nagel for keeping me up to date while I'm at work and for introducing me to Atlas Games with Catherine." The Blonde Bass sent in a $50 and said, "Seeing Catherine played with a controller and a fight stick is crazy. We even came up with that idea. Keep up the good work and don't let love be over."
I'm on my way out. Sounds good. All right. See ya.
Felix29 with a $10 donation left a comment saying, "My first donation to this event, several more to follow. Can't wait to attend later this week." That's awesome, Felix, and we look forward to seeing you here. If you want to know what's coming up at any point, you can go to the Games Done Quick website, gamesdonequick.com/schedule. Check out the entire lineup. We're going all week, 24/7. First up is New Super Mario Brothers. After that, on deck, we've got New Super Mario Brothers 2. And in the hole is Mario Kart Double Dash. So a lot of Mario games coming, and we're going to be doing some racing games as well, beginning with Double Dash, and following that, if you're still up later tonight, it's Fast Racing Neo. Silent Yuki, thank you for your $20 donation. And their comment says, "Hi guys, from Australia. Great to see Catherine run. Good work you guys are doing for charity. Keep it up and put this money toward killing the animals." Thank you, Silent Yuki.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So first things first, this is New Super Luigi Brothers. Luigi doesn't have any differences in this game. It's just sound effects and the way he looks, and I like it better. So I'm going to play Luigi instead. This game isn't quite new anymore, considering it's 10 years old, but it's still a pretty fun speedrun here. So, first things first, it's not quite July 4th yet here, but it's July 4th somewhere in the world. So at the end of the level, I'm going to bring a little bit of America for everybody with some fireworks. Anyway, this first level is your pretty standard Mario fare, or Luigi fare. Run right, jump over things, get to the end of the level. And here's how you get fireworks. The 2 digits at the end need to match. It's a little bit slower, but we're just going to have some fun tonight.
Yeah, America!
Okay. So there's an item that if I get it, would be really great because it's a 1 in 6 chance. We'll see if I get it. Oh my God. Unbelievable marathon luck.
So he's going to be trying to keep that blue shell for most of the rest of the run just because of the fact that it simplifies a lot of the stages, both swimming faster in the water and also just being able to basically tank straight through most of the enemies. So being able to pick up that right there allows him to not only get that one, but he'll also have the possibility of getting a backup one in case it's needed in some of the more difficult stages in World 8.
And it's also needed to do the first warp in the game. A little short on fireworks there. I'll have plenty of other chances, so don't worry. And getting the shell on a normal attempt saves about 20 seconds. But since this is a marathon and I have a chance of losing it, I'm going to pick up an extra one just in case. Normally, when I'm small Mario, there's a consistent way to get it, but when I'm big, it's not as consistent then. I'd rather not grab that. It would replace my shell. So anyway, a lot of the tower levels are cycle-based. It's this one in particular. There's a faster cycle I could have made, which would have saved 7 seconds, but it's a really tight window. So for the sake of marathon safety, I'm not going to go for it. Okay, so this is the room that is required for the shell to get to the first warp. Now, at this point, I really don't need the shell, technically, for anything else, but for the first half of the run, it's still pretty useful to have. And the 2 levels in particular are 5-2 and 8-1, and when we get there, you'll see why, because there are a lot of enemies in tight corridors. And right here is the hardest part for me in any run, because I tend to miss the cannon a lot. Okay, I got it. Too many times I have slid off the cannon and lost 2 seconds doing that, and there's still one more chance for me to do that. So for most of World 5, fireworks-wise, unless I make a major mistake, it's not going to be really that convenient. I'd have to wait quite a while to get it. The ghost house at the end of the world, though, is pretty good for it, though. One thing that getting fireworks does, though, is spawns a mushroom house at the start of the level, or start of the world. So I may just wait and get it now that I've made that mistake there. We'll just chill here for a little bit. I hear you guys back there. So, one thing you might have also noticed me doing is unmorphing when I jump, and that's because the shell spinning speed is slower than full running speed. So it's by about 8%. So when I unmorph, it returns me to maximum speed. So I try to do it as much as possible, and it ends up saving a handful of seconds throughout the run. Though considering I'm wasting time by getting fireworks, you know, it's not like you'd notice.
Along with that, with some of the movement, you'll notice he's just running, and anytime he hits, like, it's a good save. Anytime he'll hit an upward or a downward slope, he'll jump and skip that because he'll lose a little bit of speed going on that. And then anytime he'll hit a star, it's actually, he'll try to run as much as he can on the ground because anytime he jumps, it'll be returned to his same momentum.
Yeah, momentum's kind of weird in this game. There's also 2 instances where you can be completely stopped. One of them is where you land on a corner on the exact pixel where it starts. Okay, good. There's no Hammer Brother there. Another way it can happen is if you hit a platform that's moving up and down, and I'm not sure exactly what the condition is for it, but it'll just sometimes happen. And one nice thing about the shell is you're not affected by that form of pixel stopping. Some more unmorphing here. This is a level where, once again, getting fireworks is a bit inconvenient because there's a pit right here at the end, so instead of playing with fire there, I'm just going to complete the level. Don't worry, we'll get fireworks in the next level. All right, so the ghost house here is where the next warp in the game is. These enemies here have quite the fun little name. They are called bruisers, with double O there because they're booze. So, oh, that was interesting. All right, I got a short auto-scroller coming up here, so you can read some donations during this.
Awesome. Dressier sent in a $50 donation and said, "Shout out to my friend Nick, who introduced me to GDQs a year or so ago by sending me a link to a Borderlands 2 speedrun. Since then, I haven't had a chance to catch one live until now, and it's already a ton of fun." I also have a donation of $50 from Obtuse, who says, "Good luck to all the runners. I'm splitting my donation in half to go toward naming the Final Fantasy Adventure characters John and Cena. Do 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 do." And the Seawolf sent in $50 saying, "Hey everyone, hope you're having fun out there. I look forward to Demon's Crest among so many other games. Save the games, but not the animals." Demon's Crest isn't coming up until Wednesday, so they're looking way ahead.
So, by the way, the numbers at the end tell you how many fireworks you're going to get, and because that was 11, you only get 1 that time, sorry.
It's the thought that counts.
I slid into the cannon that time. All right, 8-1's a really annoying level to not have the shell, and once you see it started, you'll find out why. It's because of these crows that spawn.
These crows really continue the long-standing tradition of birds being the worst enemies in any video game.
There we go.
Summer Games done freedom.
All right, there's a really cool trick in this level in the room with the barrels, and I hope I can get it. And if I get it, it also means we get fireworks, so there's 2 reasons to be happy for it. I just missed it. If you do that right, you'll still be spinning on your shell there. It's a pretty tight window. One thing to mention about the shell, and one of the reasons why I'm still keeping it to this point, You swim a lot faster when you have the shell, and you have a lot better control. When you don't have the shell, your turns are really wide, and okay, well, good thing I have a backup. It's He's no pleasing this crowd tonight.
I don't love you.
All right, this is one of the hardest levels to do well because it's a cycle-based vertical level like the previous one. And I already missed the cycle, so we're going to be doing a little bit of waiting here. Conveniently, though, since I don't have a shell and I have one as a backup, well, okay, I'm not getting fire anymore. Spoke too soon. I'll just have to use the shell.
You get the shell and then get the fire.
It actually doesn't replace the fire, which is an interesting... Wait, the shell overrides everything, except, okay. Except the mini mushroom of all things. Don't worry, that's perfectly safe. I've never died doing that. Okay.
So that boss fight's supposed to take 3 separate cycles, but you can actually just exploit the fact that the ground pound acts as 2 hits, and the last hit you kind of have a really small frame window to hit him.
That first flip, when you flip him over the first time, if you hit him in the back, it'll shunt you back into the burner, and then you get crushed immediately afterwards, so it's a lot tighter than it looks. If there's any level that demonstrates how fast you go with shell swimming, it's this one. Vertical swim speed isn't really affected that much, but the upcoming section here really demonstrates that. But swimming levels really aren't that interesting, so why don't we have donations which are far more interesting than that?
Sure thing. Zid sent in a $50 donation, and I may need some audience participation here. They said, "Hey everyone, it's always a pleasure to watch you guys show what true gamers are capable of. Keep up the great work, and the hype. May the hype of all these games influence the RNG gods to your favor. Also, can we get some high fives all around the room because you guys are truly awesome." And $5 from Fan of Toast, who simply says, SGDQ hype. I figured somebody would want to yell hype right now.
So the nice thing about having a shell here is we have a chance to end this in 99, which is the maximum number of fireworks.
Yeah!
It was my only request.
Oh, you got what you wanted. Oh my God.
Be careful before somebody loses a finger.
So this level here is another one that's a nice one to have the shell, but once I get to the end, I'm going to purposely lose it because we will no longer need the shell. And in fact, a lot of levels are more difficult with the shell because of the tendency to bounce off of walls when you're spinning. Also, they're nice for killing those spiders.
This was also the stage he was mentioning earlier. These moving platforms have a tendency, without the shell, to sort of stop you in your tracks as soon as you jump on them. So having the shell allows him to avoid that.
Yay for me, Luigi!
So now that I don't have the shell, I can go full speed, and there's a lot of tight jumps coming up, especially in the level following this one. But this level has a pretty difficult boss at the end of it. Just hopefully I don't lose. Whoa, that was interesting. I was just about to say, hopefully I don't get hit and become small Luigi here.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
It's a good thing you have a mushroom for this.
Yes. This is the first appearance of Dry Bowser, by the way. Okay.
Yeah!
I might have exaggerated just a little bit. So right here, you're going to see this huge bridge spawn, and now's a good time to talk about enemy overworld movement. Similar to Super Mario Bros. 3, with how the Hammer Brothers, or in this case Red Blocks, can also move around the map. If they decide to cross that bridge, it's 3 seconds every time they've done it. And you know, we don't want to waste any time here, not with like things like fireworks or things crossing the bridge or anything. That level looks so good when you do it right, but a single mistake kills you. Also fireworks. Eight 6 and 8-7 are the last good opportunities for me to get fireworks. 8-8's really dangerous for me to try and wait for it, so with 8-8, if I happen to get it, then, well, we'll see what happens. These platforms are always really weird. It's gonna be waiting a long time to get fireworks. Let's, no. I thought I might have been able to get it, but just a little too slow for that. Which by being too slow actually saved time, but that's aside the point. Whoops. And that's why Luigi's superior.
And there's the perfect example of how that star movement's just so much quicker on the ground.
Yeah, in later new Super Mario Brothers games, they made it so it's at any time you get the speed boost, not just on the ground. And since this is the last opportunity I'll have for this, let's get more fireworks. Okay. This level is really luck-based because of all the rocks that fall from the volcano. Ideally, I want to be at least a mushroom or higher at the end of this level. But well, that wasn't even a rock. Okay. We're still fine. Because there is a backup mushroom I can get. Okay. Hey, we still got fireworks. Hey! Yeah, you can see. You can see there that level is dangerous to wait around in, so wasn't guaranteed.
I like even the tech staff was getting in on the claps.
That, unfortunately, is the last fireworks of the run. Instead, we get a little bit of an auto-scroller, but there is a tiny skip I can do here or by the halfway mark. And I need to be firepower to do it. Okay, so that death is intentional. Doing that saves about 3 seconds. And it's compared to just waiting along for it. So now I spawn here with the block snake here. The rest of this level is pretty much an auto-scroller. I'm going to get Fire Flower before the end of it. So now's a good time to read donations.
James sent in $10 and said, "This is the game that got me to buy a DS, and I'm thrilled to see it ran tonight. Fun % hype." Also, Lovable Lamb Chop sends in $25. "Hey, Alta and friends, Lambo here. Glad to see you all there, having fun and supporting a great cause. Donating to kill the cat in The Rapid Angel, ran by ya boy, the leader of the PlayStation Nation, Caveman. Keep up the hot games and keep being a gamer, dude. Have fun." Also have a lot of people apparently watching along with their family and loved ones at home. Deborah with $25 says, "What a great cause and wonderful playing to boot. New Super Mario Brothers is very tough for me, so this is fun to watch. Thank you to my boyfriend Kyle for introducing me to SGDQ." And David Bednar sent in $16 and says, "Watching SGDQ with my 2-week-old son. His hand-eye coordination is around the flopping fish level, but maybe in a few years he'll be clipping through walls with the best of you. Have a great week and save the animals." And also $50 from Saucy Husky, who says, "Because my love, Ashley Dearest, would kill me if I said anything else, please save the animals. They don't deserve to die."
Yay for me, Luigi.
Also, another reason why Luigi is better. Green is for go and red is for stop. Okay, so here comes the last level in the game. I'm going to do 2 damage boosts throughout, which is another reason why I wanted to have fire exiting that level. And I seem to recall there, at least in the advertisements for this game, about the rotating levels gimmick, but this is the only one in the game that has that gimmick, so it's kind of strange that it worked out that way. Okay, here comes the first one, and this is the most important damage boost. Want the thwomp to be right there, because then it won't break the question block, and I can just run safely under there. And the second damage boost is here on the third thwomp. It's actually not as difficult as it looks, even though it looks like a really tight movement, at least compared to some of the other things in this game. So this last hallway here, you have to go through it a certain way, similar to how the original Mario Brothers did that in some of the castles. And finally, we have the final fight with Bowser and Bowser Jr. There is a pretty difficult quick kill I can do, but we'll see if I get it here. And not getting the quick kill usually means I die, so...
Time comes up when he hits the switch.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. Oh. Way too early.
Oh.
Quick kill for Luigi. Oh, well, failing that doesn't lose too much time. Thankfully, the checkpoint is just at the start of this hallway.
And doesn't it shortcut the cutscene at the end as well?
We'll find
Not
out.
sure. You still have to see it again, I think. Not that I've noticed, though. There we go.
Time.
Time.
Time. Well, even with the one death, I'm happy with that, and that was just fun doing fireworks as much as I could. So, thanks for watching, everybody.
26, 22.
Yeah, not bad for messing around and for part of it. Would have been a 25 if I didn't die, so that's pretty good.
That's the cost of freedom, you know?
Thank you so much. One more time for altabiscuit, everybody. If you like Mario games, stick around. New Super Mario Bros. 2 is coming up right after this.